Alright, Neverell, I'm reading the patch notes, and nowhere here does it say Sub-Zero has been buffed to God tier. This game's dead! Alright, there's a small patch on Mortal Kombat, so let's have a little look at it. First in the news, we've got Johnny Cage, as played by the Trickster from Dead by Daylight. He's coming out sometime in October. Look forward to that, that'll keep the game alive. Before I start reading off the rest of these patch notes, I'll just say that MK1 is one of the best games I've ever made gameplay-wise. Story-wise, it's hot dog shit, but I think the game is in a pretty good state right now. But wait, because it might not be. Let's see if they've fucked anybody up. So, general fixes and adjustments. Character mastery can now be purchased with Dragon Crystals. Of course it can, because Warner Bros. Are not greedy enough. Move list corrections and localization fixes, okay, and AI adjustments and improvements. Fair enough. I never play against the AI, but I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Invasions mode. It's everybody's favourite waste of storage. They fixed an issue where you get stuck in an invalid location. It would be better if that happened. Okay. Character-specific adjustments. This is more important. Baraka. Fix the debuff and visual effects disappearing on Desperate Tarkatan if match extended occurs. Don't really care, haven't seen it, but fair enough. I might play Baraka at some point now that he's had that change. It looks kind of cool with his fatal blow. General Shao! Fixed enhanced Smouldering Wrath, not applying combo damage scaling. Thank God for that. Because he's not strong enough, you had to buff him in the last patch. Now Sub-Zero got a buff, and it's a move that does fuck all! Yes, I'm complaining about the Sub-Zero buff. Havik, that broken son of a bitch. The second hit of Helping Hand does 10 less damage. Thank Christ, they've done something about him. It's not enough, but it's a good start. Never Snatch also does 10 less damage. How about we increase the frames on that fucking low launcher? The startup frames, that'd be a good start as well. Let's just nerf him to the ground. Get him out. Kenshi, he's not broken whatsoever, so cameo recharge rate is now slightly faster when Ancestor is dismissed. Oh god, the game's dead. He's S tier now. Teamwork takes 25 less frames. Yeah, okay. Kenshi's cracked. Move on. Katana. Fix an issue causing Fan-Nado's second hit to use increased damage scaling when used more than once in a combo. Fixed audio issues with several air fan special done. Thank God they did that. I've been asking for that for so long. Of all the problems with the game, it was Katana's air fan specials that were really winding me up with the audio. Lee May! Fixed lingering visual effects that could occur when using Outworld Gala skin. I'm glad they did that. What effects, but yeah, cheers. Melina, fixed Crazed Tarkatan buff no longer than intended if an interrupted light breaker occurred. What? She was getting it longer than intended? I don't know, because I wasn't playing against many Melinas. In fact, I've hardly had fucking time to play! Reptile, enhanced dash attack no longer has reduced block stun and pushback when flawless blocked. Okay, Reptile's now God tier. It's as simple as that. Dash attack, follow-up attacks has different hit reaction. Yeah, oh god, he's cracked. Okay, moving on. Tyndale, reduce health by 50. That should say 500. That might be a typo. Maybe they did the right thing. Reduce that shit by 500. The second hit of Sheer Genius now hits high. Thank goodness for that! I don't know what string that is, but can we just make all of her moves high? That dumbass mid where she does with the fucking hair and then it pushes you and it's safe. Yeah, can we remove that? Quan Chi, my second most played character. Compound Fractures has hit reaction change, has 6 more frames of hit stun. Good. Enhanced Field of Bones now does damage over time when the opponent is inside the bone cage. That's good. I like that. Hitting an opponent with an enhanced Field of Bones while bone cage is active will end the previous bone cage. That's fair enough. Good changes all around for Quan. Ghostface. Fix rare issue that causes Ghostface's face to melt off during alternate killer for an extended period of time if the opponent is defeated by an attack not from Ghostface while Ghostface is blocking. That means fuck all to me. Let's move on. T1000. Fix tibia displacer, back punch, back kick. Hit stun reduced by 20 frames. 23 frames. Excellent. Fix visual effects. Something to do with Garrus absolutely destroying him. Cameo fighters, Kano. Fix rare issue with eye laser hitbox lingering after visual effects when hitting an armored attack. Whatever. Tremor. Crystal Crag lingering, certain end of round and fatal blow situations. Okay, don't really care. Terra. This is where it needed to say, thank God we've nerfed this son of a bitch. Instead, it says fixed issue that could cause Farah to become stick in Lackey variation if interrupted by Sindel's enhanced Queen's command. Now, what it should say is, Farah is no longer a safe mix-up that Scorpion players can freely mash you with, no skill required, and take 40% of your life. That's what it should have said. Modern Bow. Adjusted collision with opponent when performing drink service. Fixed issue that could cause you to fucking break your thumbs off and throw them out the window. Fixed issue that would have you pouring kettle water over your PC, Xbox and or PlayStation. And finally, fixed partner issue not coming over to gouge your eyes out because you didn't pay Ed Boon enough money. I don't know. None of that fucking matters. If we scroll up, that's it. And then you can look forward to giving Warner Bros. More money for this rather rotten looking cage. That doesn't look like Carl Urban, the guy playing him. This looks like shit. Alright, let's see it in action. 1, 2. It's not too bad. At least it's something. So, for a guy whose whole game plan is keeping you away, you can kind of get a good setup with it, like this. Into Frost. No, you can't. That Frost cameo deletes the bone cage. As soon as she comes out, it deletes the bone cage. So the setup I was going to show you doesn't even work. Whoa, okay, well done. So I guess all you're really getting is a little bit of pressure. And that does a lot of damage, sure, but nobody's ever going to actually eat all that. Fuck, that's disappointing. What I was going to try and show you was if the bone cage kept him in there, which it won't. Look, it releases them. I was going to try and get some pressure with this. Going into a combo, maybe. You know? That's meterless at that point. Or technically 1 meter because you did the bone cage. But look at the fucking damage on this. Look at that. Look at that. 58%. That would have been great if the bone cage actually stayed. Unfortunately, the devs are afraid of fun, so they didn't let you get that. So now what you're left with is Quan Chi's normal style of play. So you're basically just trying to get the armor wherever you can. And then as soon as they're up, you're going to do whatever it takes. They'll probably be scared. Let that happen. Get you set up. And then it's back to damage town. You're back in. And then you're back! Damage town! Yeah, it's not the worst change in the world. At least they've added something to the character. Is Quan Chi insane with Frost? No. His best cameo is Janet. Don't ever get that mistaken. I just like trying something different, okay? Alright then, so I just thought I'd check out the Quan Chi change there because that's the only one I'm really bothered about looking at. The others are pretty self-explanatory. Game's not in a terrible state at the moment. At least we're not only seeing Homelander Farah, Scorpion Farah. Ever since Peacemaker got nerfed to the ground, things have been going up, so that's always good. Guys, I just want to give a big thank you to everybody who watched this video. I know this is slightly different because instead of playing the game, I just broke down this mini patch. But I hope you guys enjoyed it and maybe learned something. If you guys are new to the channel and you did enjoy this video, do consider leaving a like and subscribing yourself. I do appreciate that massively. But other than that, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!